Happy episode 30. That's right, it's the 30th episode of this great show, Tommy Maroon Sports Show. Hard to believe, as I always say constantly. But anyways, not take 100 yet. I do look forward to that. Hopefully I can get there soon. Of course, 3/7 of the way there now. But today's episode, it's going to be all basketball. That's right, high school basketball, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the NBA All-Star Game. Because that's what's been going on. And it's going to be right here, right now. Let's go. And time for my trivia question as usual. Where are the state championships this year for high school basketball? And the correct answer will be the Schottenstein Center in Columbus, Value City Arena, where the Ohio State Buckeyes play. So, of course, that's going to be fun. Can't wait for that. Hopefully, we'll see a good team there. Of course, we'll see a good team there, but you know, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait for it. Well, anyway, speaking of high school basketball, let's do this already. High school basketball recaps right there. Boys scores. Barberton took down Talmadge. By the way, this is all last Friday, 81-47. Copley beat Highland in a good rivalry, 55-42. And Revere smacks Aurora 93-59. Nordonia beat Cuyahoga Falls by a score of 58-39. Hudson beat Stowe 54-31. Royalton won over Brecksville 58-45. And Twinsburg was able to beat Wadsworth 75-50. And of course, last night, Highland played Wadsworth. That was a really good game. Hornets up by 17. They were losing, but luckily they took the lead. A foul shot by Wadsworth couldn't go in. I'm telling you, every time Highland and Wadsworth face off, it's going to be exciting. The girls' tournament scores from last Saturday. This is the first game of the playoffs, or last game, depending on who you are. And for the losing teams, unfortunately, they'll be going home. Wadsworth beat North Royalton 49-23, which means those Grizzlies are going to go up against Strongsville. Barberton took down Firestone 53-29, which means that the Magics are going to come here to Granger to play Highland. I'm looking forward to that. And then Worcester took down Brecksville 60-29. You know what that means? Those Worcester Generals going to play Big Archbishop Hoban. And Revere beat Woodridge 52-40, so that means that the Minutemen are going to play CVCA. And Talmadge took down Springfield 48-27. Blue Devils are going to play Marlington. Copley takes down Coventry 58-32, which means that they'll be going to Canal Fulton. Hudson beat Austintown 68-43, which means those Explorers will play Warren G. Harding High School. Canfield really beat everything out of Roosevelt 61-28. So that means the Canfield Cardinals will be playing Cuyahoga Falls. Speaking of Cuyahoga Falls, they won 46-33. That's right, the Black Tigers will be playing Canfield, of course. And we'll see for that. Howland beat Twinsburg 44-34. The Howland Tigers will play Aurora. So far, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Suburban League teams won compared to 1, 2, 3, 4 to my knowledge. So 7-4. Really impressive so far. And of course, we need to look at what's going to happen next week, especially the playoffs. By the way, all the games I just mentioned will be tomorrow. So what will each team do to end the season? Senior nights for boys teams all across. We saw that. So, of course, we saw Wadsworth play Royalton 3 times this year. Highland Barberton are doing it 3 times. And you know what, folks? You know what that means? I'm going to be there. I'm going to be announcing it on the Highland Hornet Sports Network on YouTube. So I want To remind you all to subscribe as well. I'm very excited for this. If you can do something once, you can do something twice. If you can do something twice, you can do something a third time. So, Highland Barberton, it's exciting as all can get. I'm really looking forward to it. And so the Cleveland Cavaliers are next. The Cleveland Cavaliers have officially hit turmoil. Players' stats, of course, we need to look at those stats. Colin Sexton at 19.8 points per game. Kevin Love, 17.7 with 9.8 rebounds. Andre Drummond this season, 17.7 points per game and 15.8 rebounds per game. You know what that means? He is leading the entire NBA in rebounds per game. Pretty impressive, I must say. And there's Garland with 12.4. So as we hit the All-Star break, don't worry, we will get to the All-Star game coverage and all that stuff. Anyways, what have they been doing this season? Frustration, that's all. 14-40 record, the worst in the Eastern Conference. There's John Beilein. News is official. John Beilein is fired after 54 unsuccessful games with the Cavs. And, of course, really frustrating to see that. I thought maybe he'd do something. Nope. Really hard to transition, I guess, from college to the NBA. Really unfortunate. As Beilein will be going. What is that now? This will be our fourth coach, like in the last 2 years or something. Tyronn Lue, Larry Drew, John Beilein, and to be determined, I believe. How unfortunate. Worst team in the Eastern Conference, and of course, Beilein had bad relationships with the players, was struggling and stuff, and was gone. And so, yet another death for a coach in Cleveland. To imagine how many have gone. I just want to go through all the coaches or not all the coaches over these years, but yet again, you know what I mean. But we've gone through a lot. And it's the second firing in Cleveland over the last 2 months. Of course, the horrendous Freddie Kitchens left. I did not speak of that fat bozo, but oh well. You know what? Now, at least Beilein wasn't a bozo like Kitchens. At least he's had success in college. Yet again, oh well. Second worst team in the NBA, only the Golden State Warriors, or the NBA's Price is Right Longhorn, as I like to call them this season. 106.1 points per game for the Cavs. Really impressive. Just kidding, it's the 27th best in the NBA. And 115 points per game allowed, 25th in the NBA. Well, it's been really frustrating for the Cavs. The rebuild hasn't even started yet. Not even with guys like Kevin Love, Colin Sexton, and Andre Drummond can we do well. That's a good three. I mean, I don't expect us to go playoffs, but I definitely expect at least some decency, I guess. Like 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th place, maybe a playoff berth. Oh, wow. Cavs against the Hawks. We beat the Hawks in John Beilein's final game at the Rock. 127 to 105 victory right there. Cleveland, of course, we went to 14-40. Hawks went to 15-41, 15-41. Tristan Thompson had 27 points, 11 rebounds, and made 3 threes. That's right, Tristan Thompson was boiling hot. Nothing could stop him behind the arc. It was almost as if he was having too much fun. And you can't forget about Larry Nance Jr., who had 23 points and 12 rebounds, and Andre Drummond did Andre Drummond things. A solid double-double, 14 points and 15 rebounds, because he's Andre Drummond, and the man can grab any ball that misses. He'll get there and put it in. And, of course, big Trae Young for the Hawks, 27 points, 12 assists. And then there was John Collins with 23 points. And the Cavs ended a 6-game losing streak after that. But too late. John's gone. And, of course, when you look at the NBA All-Star Weekend, Chicago, so much fun right there. Watching it, really good. And the All-Star Celebrity Game is what started it, just like what they did on the MLB. Except the MLB plays softball rather than real basketball like these guys. Team Wilbon beat Team Stephen A. That's right, Stephen A. Smith can play basketball. That's right. And he didn't do that bad. It was just 62-47. So Common won MVP and was the captain of Wilbon. He had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. Remember, these are all celebrities and stuff, so you got to go a little easy on them. Kind of like the All-Star Celebrity Softball game for the MLB All-Star game. You don't expect it to be like really good and stuff. Of course, always entertaining, always fun. The captain for Stephen A's team was Chance the Rapper, and each player had one WNBA player and one NBA legend because, of course, the WNBA is very fun to watch. It is approaching its 25th anniversary soon, and, of course, why not a very happy 25th, which will be in about a few years, to such a great, empowering league like that. And many local Chicago celebrities participated as well because it's in Chicago. The NBA All-Star Game and the Rising Stars Game. That's right. The United States against everyone else in the world. It's not as, that unfair as it used to be at one point, as U.S. only won by 20, 151-131. Miles Bridges won MVP with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Eric Paschal for the United States, 23 points. Trey put up 18 for U.S. R.J. Barrett from Canada had 27 points and 6 rebounds. Brandon Clark, another Canadian, 22 points and 8 rebounds. The world team was leading for most of the first half, and the United States held the lead for the entire second half. There was the skills challenge, of course, on NBA All-Star Saturday. One of the best parts of the NBA All-Star game. And in it, the big Miami player, Bam Adebayo, won. He beat Domantas Sabonis, in the final round. He went 3 for 6 behind the arc in the skills challenge. Very impressive. And not just that, but Pascal Siakam was in the semifinals. And Derrick Rose, of course, the Detroit player, did not play due to an injury. A 3-point contest. I always love seeing this. And the winner of it was Sacramento's Buddy Hield. That's not Buddy Hield. But that is Davis Bertans, though. Bertans did go to the finals along with Devin Booker, and they both lost to Buddy. 2 extra shots were added this year, so you know what that means, 27 shots in total. 10 seconds were also added for those extra shots, so therefore 27 shots in 70 seconds. Other big names included Trae Young. Of course, Trae has been doing a good job for Atlanta. Zach Lavine, the local Chicago Bull. And the slam dunk contest, everybody's favorite part because it's when they do crazy stunts. And the winner of it was another big Miami Heat player, Derrick Jones Jr. He beat Aaron Gordon in the finals. Aaron Gordon got robbed a second time. He got robbed in 2016 to Lavine, and now he gets robbed to Derrick Jones Jr. Aaron Gordon can only be very upset now. And I don't know if he'll participate in any other future slam dunk competitions because he's like, come on, I can never win it. It's ridiculous. Can't blame him. He got robbed twice. Connaughton had a perfect 50. He is a Milwaukee Buck, by the way. Dwight Howard. That's right, Dwight Howard, who's been having a career renaissance this year for the Lakers, had another Superman-like dunk, which everyone enjoyed, but his first dunk kind of struggled, so he did not move on. And so that was all for NBA All-Star Saturday. And, of course, the big All-Star game. Everybody was there. The United Center was all revved up and excited. And it was Team LeBron against Team Giannis. Of course, I am not a huge fan of the fantasy draft. I kind of wish they went back to Eastern Conference and Western Conference, but anyways, this is the 3rd year they've done fantasy drafts because, of course, as we all know, the West would easily beat the East with all those guys. I mean, Giannis can only do so much for his team, and same thing with Trey. Of course, they would get wobbed to guys like James Harden and Luka and Jokic, and of course LeBron and AD all on the Western Conference. So I guess that makes it more fair. But anyways, Team LeBron 157, Team Giannis 155. A brand new format this year. The first 3 quarters act as completely different games. And the scores are very reminiscent of high school games, I must say. So here's what they were. Team LeBron won quarter number 1, 53-41. Team Giannis won the second quarter 51-30. And the third quarter was a tied 41-41. And of course, if you won each quarter, you won, I believe, $100,000 to the charity you were playing. So this NBA All-Star game, not just a way to showcase how good these guys are, it's all for a very good cause that they're all playing for. And the fourth quarter uses this thing called the Elam ending, in which one team has to hit a target score to win. So Team Giannis, who was leading, needed 24 more points to honor Kobe Bryant. Passed away, unfortunately, a while ago, the NBA legend. So as you can tell right there, they were at 133 points, and all they needed to do was hit 157 and get $300,000 to their charity. Unfortunately for Team Giannis, that did not happen as Team LeBron won. Anthony Davis, LeBron's teammate, hit the game-winning free throw to win it for Team LeBron. All players came in during that exciting All-Star Fest and scored for each team. And Kawhi Leonard had 30 points and 7 rebounds, which meant that he won the newly named Kobe Bryant All-Star Game MVP award. Say that 10 times fast. As LeBron had 23 points for his team, and Giannis had 25 and 11 rebounds. The new format was well received, and I personally think it was really good. And if they continue to do this for the next few years for the All-Star Game and maybe go back to Eastern Western, I know once again, as I mentioned, it'd be way too biased towards the Western Conference due to the talent on that side. But maybe if they do that, and I heard like from the NBA and TNT commentary, if they do a United States World thing like what they did with the not Skills Challenge, but the Rising Stars competition, honestly, I think that would be good. Personally, this is the best format, and everyone online, all these celebrities, all these fans are definitely praising this. But I really don't think this should be used in an NBA game. Not for overtime, not for the fourth quarter, because it kind of ruins it for me. Like maybe the fourth quarter will go a little faster, maybe a little slower. It'll change up the pace. Maybe do it for like an exhibition match for sure, and the All-Star game, keep it up. And for then, great All-Star game, and finally, they've made the NBA All-Star Game relevant again. No more 200 to 198 games. Instead, it's 157 to 155. That's an improvement. So, time for my wrap-up. And here's my question. Because it was the All-Star Game, Cleveland is hosting it soon, but what year is The Rock going to host it? And that answer will be revealed next week right here, Tommy Maroon Sports Show, same place, same time, same channel.